last year. So he obviously has his part to play in the team as well.
Look, he swings it, you know, and he had a pretty good World Cup, didn't he? I know that was 2.5 years ago. But again, white ball specialist. You know, he gets the Yorker right. He's a difficult guy to get away. Strapping guy. He's about 6'1", 6'2". Exciting that he's going to get an opportunity in this new format.
Well, as we can see, the teams are coming together nicely. Let's go down to Sikandar Bakht and see what he has.
All right, here we are. So we are talking about category C, round 9, and this is the 5th and final pick. And all the squads are now shaping up and getting balanced. Maratha Arabians are taking home Kamran Akmal as their wicketkeeper batsman. So Kamran Akmal goes to Maratha Arabians. That was the final pick of round 9 from the category C. Now category C, round 10, and the first pick once again is Maratha Arabians.
Maratha Arabians pick Kamran Akmal, who had also had a brilliant PSL last year, was like you know, the top scorer in the league. Danny, we haven't really seen him in action in the Pakistan team, but he did well for Zalmi.
Yeah, and he's another one of the Akmal brothers. They've probably been a little bit up and down with their form of late. But hey, look, again, an opportunity to strike the ball and know what he can produce. Very exciting talent, and another guy that you would have in this form of the game.
Okay. And Maratha Arabians, again, we talk about their team, we talk about their mentor being Wasim Akram. So, you know, how much of an impact is that going to have, somebody like Wasim Akram mentor some of the younger players?
Oh, no doubt about it. And I say one of the true greats of the modern game, when you think about it, over the last, you know, he's starting like 30 years ago, but still a massive influence. And you have guys like that within your franchise, within your setup. It just bodes well. I know the guys there, you know, I've spoken to other Kiwis that were involved at the Knight Riders there at the IPL, was invaluable. He just loved being around it. People loved being around him. The cricket, I mean, Wasim was still bowling in the nets there in those IPLs, and as the bowling coach. So yeah, that rubs off.
And do you think he started this trend of left-arm fast bowlers? We've seen so many come through for Pakistan since he came on the scene.
Camera, can you get that in there? Can you get that on my shoe? See that toe there? It's still struggling. Really is struggling, because the great Wasim Akram coming left arm around the wicket in those early 90s broke my toe. So I'm still suffering with that. And you're quite right, Zane. Quite scary, quite unique, and very different with that left arm angle.
Well, let's go down to Sikandar, because he's ready for us. Let's see what he has for us now.
Alright, now we're into category C, round 10, and the first pick was Maratha Arabians, and they brought in some more left arm spin here with the Roloff Wandemer joining the Maratha Arabians. So Roloff Wandemer goes to Maratha Arabians as the first pick of round 10 in category C. The second pick is now Shahid Afridi and Bakhtuns.
Well, the owners are happy over here. We've seen all of them with some smiling faces, and we've got another smiling face over here, Nawab Shafiul Malik. Thank you so much, sir, for taking out the time. Tell us a little about how you're feeling, you know, being part of this league, owning your own franchise. Your thoughts?
Well, I think let me start with two things. One is Shaji is my elder brother.
That helps.
No, he literally, I think, it was his brainchild. He started the T10 concept, and we've been very close friends. More than that, and then he came and discussed with me. He said, "How do you feel investing in this kind of thing?" You know, being a sportsman, we always been together, sports people. I've been cricket with them. We both have been playing Ranji Trophy.
What struck you the most about this format?
I think it's unpredictable, completely unknown terrain. You don't know what's going to happen next. 10 overs, 60 balls. It's a batsman game, it's a bowler's game. Completely, I think it's going to be very exciting. I was sitting with Morgan is my captain. Spent the whole day yesterday with him. Robin is the guy who's the guy with all his knowledge behind him. He has got Mumbai India twice I think, trophy. And every time I have spoken to these people, they always say the same thing. Listen, no matter you get the best outfit, you get the best combinations. This could be a game.
But talking about your combinations, what was the thought process behind it, getting this team together, choosing the right guys? What was the strategy?
Yeah, that's very interesting. Just yesterday, before the airline, I had an interview with the airline guy. Robin was sitting with me before he walked out. He said, one thing, Shafi, I said, oh, Shafi, don't say this. This could be a bowler's game. I said, why? 60 balls, bowler's game. He says, yeah. 60. It's not going to be like first ball you hit a 6, second ball you hit a 6, it's going to be 360 runs. No. It could be a different ball game. It could be the bowlers calling a shot. So I think it's completely unpredictable, but it's so exciting.
Well, it could be the bowlers game. Thank you so much for your time, Shafiul Malik, and I wish you all the best for your future endeavors. Danny, talking about what Shafi was actually saying, it could be actually a bowler's game. I mean, you talk about these formats and how batsmen are dominating, but really it is about the bowlers dominating and getting those wickets.
Oh, and again, a form thing, and if you believe in yourself, bowling a great Yorker, are you brave enough then to follow it up with a tennis ball type of bouncer? Do you come round the wicket? Do you stay over the wicket? Can you execute all of those things in a very short space of time? Because you only get 12 balls, so it can be very crazy. So I hear what Shafi's saying, absolutely, because if you get a good Yorker right, very difficult to sort of get underneath that and whistle it out of the park.
And obviously we talk about variation being the most important part of this league. Thank you so much for your time once again, Nawab. I think you're needed downstairs by your team.
Thank you so much for inviting me here. It was a lovely pleasure, and I think we all enjoying the moments. We'll catch you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shafi. Well done.
So Danny, like we were saying, variation is something which is going to be key in this league. And this man on screen, he definitely had that variety going for him in terms of his leg spin bowling as well. But we'll talk more about that. I think it's time to go down to Sikandar Bakht and see what he has for us.
Alright, category C, round 10, second pick for Pakhtuns. They've taken full 3 minutes for this pick. It's just been verified now. Liam Dawson goes to Pakhtuns in round 10 of category C. Once again, Liam Dawson is now a part of Pakhtuns. Category C, round 10, and the third pick. It's now the Bengal Tigers who will give us their next player.
Well, it's been a league for left armers, and talking about left armers, we've got perhaps the greatest left arm bowler in the history of the game, Wasim Akram. Wasim bhai, thank you so much for taking out the time. We're seeing you in a completely different avatar. It's a different format, and we're all really excited.
Yeah, so am I. It's something very different, something very new. Remember, Danny, when T20 was introduced about 10 years ago, 7 years ago, quite a few people criticized. And I think T10 is all about entertainment. It's a new format. We don't know what will be the scenarios and situations. So, kind of the combination, I went for the specialists. Special batsmen, special keeper who can bat, and special quick bowlers, and a couple of special spinners. And I've been told this guy can give you 1 over. I said no, I don't want 1 over. I want a person who can give me 2 overs in that game. Because if you give part-time bowler 1 over, if you get 8 for 4 sixes and 2 fours, game over. So you can't risk that. So that's what I think is going to happen. Specialists are going to win this game. This format
specialists are going to win this game. But in terms of entertainment and the value that adds this format, Wasim, what are your thoughts? I mean, we see that the formats are getting shorter and shorter and shorter, but the crowds are getting entertained. People don't have that much time now anymore.
So especially in this part of the world, everybody they work. I'm not saying don't work back home, but we have much more kind of a luxurious life. People here, they work, they pick their kids, they drop things, everything they do themselves. So time is in essence here. So that's why these are 90 minutes, game over. If you want to see your favorite team, of course, Maratha Arabians, please support them. And Danny, any chance of waking up? Hey,
just chilling. I'll be here. I'll be there. I'll come and see you. I'll come and watch.
Wasim, we're talking about your team, so let's have a look at your composition and see what you've got so far. again, you have somebody like Mohammad Amir Wasim. We've obviously seen you speak a lot about him. Imad Wasim, tell us a little about your composition.
Look, we picked Mohammad Amir because, of course, one of the best bowlers in world cricket. He's got pace. He runs in amazing Yorkers, and if he bowls one good over 9th or 10th, given away only 6 runs, it means we are on the right track. Imad Wasim, number 1 bowler in T20 format now. He bowls with the new ball in Sharjah. Remember, it's a Sharjah pitch, so these bowlers know how to bowl on this pitch. Alex Hale, another specialist. He can bat. He's an opener with Sehwag being our iconic player. He can complement him well, and he hits straight. And Sharjah pitches, we've got to hit straight because the ball keeps low. That's what, and skids as well. There'll be 2 factor too.
So we've seen that Wasim has picked a team with specialists. Let's see what the other teams are doing. Let's go down to Sikandar Bakht once again.
T10 Cricket League, Category C, Round 10. And it's time to reveal this current pick of Bengal Tigers. They've gone for the opening batsman. Johnson Charles goes to Bengal Tigers. So Johnson Charles is now a member of the Bengal Tigers squad. Next up, that will be pick 4 of Category C, Round 10. And it's going to be Kerala Kings now in action to give us their next name.
Johnson Charles is the next pick for this franchise. Wasim bhai, we're talking about your team once again. So you're telling us about how you've got the fast bowlers and the spinners. So what is lacking now? What else do you need to add?
We just picked up, I think, 1 more spinner, and we need another batsman now. So I think we got 2 keepers. Sanakara, of course, one of the best in the world in prime form, and then Ramanathan, who knows how to play well on this particular pitch at Sharjah. Like I said, the ball's going to keep low, and there will be 2 factor in December. So spinners might not be that handy after 8 o'clock, I reckon. So that's where the bowlers who can skip the ball, Mohammad Sami I got as well. Another guy, difficult to pronounce his name, South Africa, who's playing in England. We picked him. His average pace is 151 kilometers.
Oh, just Hannes?
Rule of Manjula.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, obviously that is, we're talking about what's happening on field. But if we talk about the audience and from a viewer's perspective, so if you take, for example, PSL's example, it was based on rivalry, it was based on city wars. We've got Maratha Arabians over here, then we've got some other franchises. How much of that is going to add? So somebody like, for example, Pakhtuns playing Maratha Arabians.
You can see the seriousness of this tournament. All the world top players, all the big names are here. So that means it's going to be a serious cricket. These guys are professionals. They do this for a living. So there won't be freebies. Any freebies, there will be high five before the game. During the game, they'll be competing to win, and that's what my message will be to my team. And I think every coach will be giving the same message to their team.
Do you think, in terms of from a bowler's perspective, what is your advice to anybody who's bowling on these wickets, for example, in Sharjah, in this format?
Very easy advice: retire.
The graveyard
The bowler's graveyard.
sign out the bag.
But Wasim, you never needed the conditions when you were bowling.
Exactly, you don't need conditions. It's Sharjah pitch is actually